I have a crazy personality, and that helps me a lot with my life. I have crazy friends, crazy family, and crazy school, in a good way. And I love to act, which helps me with crazy roles. And my family helps out a lot with my art stuff. And they're also artists too, which is, in a way, not famous, but yeah, like mostly music. I am also a music major, but I love to do acting more.
Hi, my name's Connie Machado, and my life-changing story would have to be last year. I moved to Seattle with my sister, and I've always lived in a country kind of area and never lived really in the city. But moving to Seattle and then has taught me a lot. I mean, Seattle's it's not a big city, well it is, but it's a city, and it just taught me how to be more outgoing and friendlier to people, and just more cultural too, and it made me appreciate a lot people in general, really, and that really changed my life, and I'm glad that I got to go through that experience, and that's my life-changing story.
I think the place where I grew up has a lot to do with who I am today. I grew up in Eden Prairie, which is a really nice place to live. There's a great community. Everyone's just so friendly, and we're all nice to each other. And I think people tend to think of Eden Prairie as a bunch of snobby rich kids, but I would disagree with that. I do know people who are rich, but I wouldn't consider them snobby at all. I got to do a lot of volunteer work with my church, and I still do a lot of volunteer work with my church. So I think that's also helped me become the person that I am. I like to work with kids. I get to do that a lot. I live around a lot of little kids, so I do a lot of babysitting. And I love being a part of my community and feeling like I'm helping other people.
So the two things that I love most are poetry and camping. I slam competitively, and if you don't know what slam poetry is, it is when you have a poem, it's spoken out loud, and then a panel of 5 judges give you a score from 1 to 10. It's this big thing, it's kind of silly, but it's a lot of fun. And I just had a slam last night. It was awesome. A lot of really talented people showed up. And also camping. I've gone to camp every summer, except for a few summers when I became too old to do it. And more than camping in cabins, I love to really camp and go rock climbing and go biking and make my own food. And I really, really enjoy it because I'm the kind of person, if you see me walking around school, I'm usually barefoot. I'm pretty natural, and I love the feeling of being where I'm supposed to be. And I feel like I'm really supposed to be outside.
Hi, my name is Juliana. Most of you know me as Jay, and this is what makes me me. I'm an extremely independent person, and I like it that way. I've always been an independent person. When I was little, I kind of grew up on my own with my little sister Angel because my parents were too busy fighting and arguing with each other to really pay a lot of attention to us. So I grew up not only taking care of myself, but also taking care of my little sister who was 2 years younger than me. I remember sitting there and trying to give her little pieces of pasta that she couldn't eat when she was about 1 year old and not understanding why she couldn't eat it. I took a lot of falls for my sister growing up. I had to go through a lot of really scary things so that way she could live an okay, happy, normal life and didn't have to deal with all of the bad things that happen in the world. And my sister was my everything. She meant everything to me. I can't necessarily say I'm happy with the events that went on in my childhood, but I am happy that they made me who I am today. And who I am today is not only a very independent person, but also a person that others can and do rely on. I get called the big sister all the time, and I have people coming to talk to me about things all the time because they know that I've been through a lot and that I've learned how to listen and really care about other people, and I owe all of that to my little sister and the things that we went through when we were growing up. And I wouldn't trade 1 second of it. I'm happy with who I am.